Hello and welcome to another episode of Cultural Magazine, where we bring you the latest and most amazing things that are taking place around the nation in terms of culture. Let's go take a look at today's episode.
Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdidaim congratulated Copts and the masses of Egyptians on the occasion of Christmas and said that Egypt remains a model of tolerance and coexistence and a unique example of national unity over the years. On the occasion, the Ministry of Culture celebrates on its YouTube channel by screening the film The Salt of the Earth. The film is a production of graduate student projects of the Higher Institute of Cinema at the Academy of Arts. It is directed by Bishoy Ashraf.
What about here? What about in the desert, in the mountain? There is nobody to tell me what to do. When I leave the monastery and come up here, I am without rule. If I want to sleep 19 hours out of 24, I can. Nobody will say anything. Nobody will know. If I want to daydream all my life, nobody will know. So the rule is internal. A desert monk, he must have an internal rule. He must have a discipline which comes from his heart. So this freedom, this solitary monk form, means that I am without distractions, without anything which could inhibit me from coming close to God.
About the story of the monastery of Amba Antonios and tells the true story of Father Azer Anthony, the university professor who gave up his life in Australia and went on a journey to search for God and freedom, and thus ended up as a Coptic Christian monk living in isolation on Mount Kulzum in the Red Sea.
فابتدت الرهبنة بالحياة الفردية، كل واحد عايش في وحدة كاملة، أكله شغله صلاته نومه لوحده. كانت بعد فترة كده القديس بخوميوس أب الشركة عمل نظام الشركة، هو كان في الجيش ويطبق نفس النظام في الرهبنة، إن الرهبان ياكلوا مع بعض، يناموا مع بعض في عنابر، يصلوا مع بعض، في حرف معينة كل مجموعة تشتغل مع بعض.
The show later screens a recorded concert for the Egyptian-German troupe Cairo Steps, led by Maestro Sebastian Müller, with the participation of its founder, the oud player Bassem Darwish, and the international flute player Dr. Ines Abdidaim, the great singer Ali Al-Haggar, and the Karuz choir, comprising of the Coptic singer Maher Faiz, together with other artists as well. The show included Sufi chanting and Coptic hymns that have been formulated musically in an innovative style that bears the character of jazz, including various distinct works such as Siwa Alexandria, Nubian Melody, Istighfar, The Tone of the Strings, A Prayer to God, and others. Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdedaim handed over the prizes and certificates of the winners of the competition of the 13th edition of the Egyptian National Theatre Festival, entitled The Father's Edition. The closing ceremony was limited to the announcement and distribution of prizes on the main hall theater at the Cairo Opera House. The ceremonies were attended by artist Ismail Mukhtar, head of the Artistic House of Theater, and the artist Yusuf Ismail, director of the festival. For her part, the minister expressed her happiness with the activities despite the challenges of the coronavirus pandemic that the world is going through, saying that this festival has succeeded this year in creating a significant artistic atmosphere in the world of theater by presenting various seminars and multi-educative workshops. These workshops have shown distinguished examples of promising work to sparkle in the future of Egyptian theater. She referred to the development of this year's edition, which was marked with the launch of a website to document the memories and all information about the current edition, as well as the last one, praising the level of the participating works and the creativity of young people that brought about the features of the spirit of Egyptian character portrayed in theater and spreading an enlightenment message for the best of humanity. In the same context, the minister confirmed the continuation of the efforts to encourage creative artists by organizing more artistic competitions to support theater groups and their performances on the intellectual and artistic level. Moreover, the minister agreed on the recommendations of the festival committee to allocate the next edition to Egyptian authors to be only for the performances of creative playwrights. Head of the festival, Yusuf Ismail, said that this edition is one of the most important of the festival throughout its history due to the challenge of the coronavirus around the world. This edition has revealed a large number of talented artists from different parts of the country, such as university and private theater troupes, as well as from church troupes. Furthermore, this session presented a large number of workshops that included makeup and writing, in addition to launching the website to be an archive for the upcoming editions. The website recorded 250,000 visitors during the days of the festival. On the other hand, the festival head thanked the Minister of Culture for her keenness To hold the festival despite all the difficulties, he also hailed the ministry's leading figures and members of the Supreme Committee who contributed to the festival's success. The prize for the best theater performance for first place went to the theatrical show The Joys of the Dome, or Afrah al-Qubba, produced by the Artistic House for Theater. The best award for senior director went to Hossein Saeed for the show The Shelter, produced by Ain Shams University. And the prize for Best Leading Role went to Abdelmanem Riyad for his role in the play The Joys of the Dome, or Afrah al-Qubba, and many other specialized prizes. The jury of the National Theatre Festival consisted of Dr. Osama Abu Talib, who is the chairman, along with a number of distinguished theatre figures.
Cultural Magazine's cameras are always following the latest events taking place around the nation. Let's find out about what our cameras have in store for us.
In a bid to preserve Egypt's natural resources, the Egyptian Association for Preservation of Nature organized a birds photography exhibition presenting a diverse number of such beautiful bird pictures.
This is the first bird photo exhibition happened ever in Egypt, and I'm really in a big surprise because we have a very limited time, not even a week, and I'm in a surprise that we have this much of Egyptian photographer, bird lovers, and I can find out that we have at least 4 generations. We are the older generation. In that time we didn't have internet or this kind of communication, so it was very hard for us to deal with the photography, to deal with the nature, to deal with the bird life, and we cannot follow updating what's happening in the world every day by immigration. Also the new generation of equipment, the editing. We didn't have that. We have just the dark room before. Now we start, and it's very hard for my age, for instance. I'm almost 70, to handle with the new technology. So the new generation help us very, very much and make a lot of progress to us, and we give them our experience, how we handle, how we spot what we can deal with, how we can deal with birds and those things. I have two photographs in this exhibition. One of them is that one, and this is the moment where the bird, the seagull, jump down to catch his fish. And the other one, kingfishers, it's two male and one female. We have now almost 400 different kind of birds. Now we are now on the top season. We are in the winter migration birds, you know, and it's huge subject to speak about. But with the exhibition itself, I'm really very proud. I'm really happy, and I hope that the people knows how important for us to photograph the birds and to register and to document their time.
It's a great idea because all we are lovers of birds, and we like to have photos for them. We travel so many places, so many times to take one pictures. All of us, we have patience for that, and we like it very much.
It's a new idea, and it's already happening, and it's applied in Egypt. The good thing, once you start looking at the frames on the wall, you see you have almost all the species in Egypt. And I think just to gather all of these pictures, this will require a lot of effort because some of it is seasonal. It depends on the route of migration from Europe to the south. And it's really unique collection, and it's not only for photographer, but anybody interested in birds in Egypt or doing some academia or research or study. I think this is a good source of information, especially it was shot by a professional photographer in a very decent scale. I think this it's based on the environmental study. If you have somebody who's really care about the environment, so they should work together to keep this species safe, and especially just some of them should not be hunted at all. Should be free just around the country, and you just enjoy the view of these birds. I think we should be careful really with the environment here. There is a lot of publication, a lot of researches about the species and the timing which come to Egypt. So this, I think, is related to somebody who's working in the tourism business. If they can just prepare a brochure or a flyer or something like this, and you can communicate with all the bird watching community outside or the photographer and arrange some trips, because we have many fantastic spots here and hot location for shooting birds.
And I'm really impressed because, I guess there is a great potential in Egypt regarding art, regarding photography, musician, and everything. So my goal here is also to promote this art, these artists, because to give like a fine image of Egypt. A fine image of Egypt regarding art and culture. So I love this exhibition. I also love the history of this exhibition, the photographer, and really touched my heart. So I'm so glad to be here. It's a great heritage. I mean, I guess maybe it's the only country that really have a continuous 7,000 years of history. So it's a unique country, you know. So that's why I guess really deserve to, you know, to be promoted in really a fine way, as I told you. And I really would like to promote, you know, the artists here, the Egyptians, in Europe, USA, and also in other countries. But simply because I love this country, and plus, first of all, I feel home here. أنا بحب مصر. I guess yes, because I mean here, I mean birds are part of the nature here, you know. And since you have a great nature, great, colorful, vast type of nature, why not to continue also, you know, this project, you know? Also with the dogs, for example, I love the street dogs here. They are so beautiful. I mean, you have a nature everywhere, and so since it's the time, you know, to develop also this, to develop this project with the nature and to let's show what we got here in Egypt. For sure, it's something that's great, it's something unique, it's something wonderful. But as I told you, since it's something that already the people see, you know, already the people know, I would like also to promote the other aspect of Egypt, you know, so to give like a beautiful spectrum of this wonderful country. Well, paintings. Here the color and the painter are really like fantastic. Then music, also in other things that need to be promoted, because you have here like this mix of oriental style with modern touch, something amazing. And then also sculpture. Also the sculpture here is something that, you know, you can really touch, you know, the essence of this country in your sculptures. So all these arts, I guess, they really, really deserve to be promoted.
Egypt has a long-standing historical heritage that involve a lot of different eras. We like to preserve our heritage in many different ways, including preserving them through buildings, art, culture, whatever you can think of. We like to preserve our heritage. Let's go find out about this amazing heritage.
The Arab Music Ensemble, which is now called the Abd al-Halim Nuera Ensemble, is a musical ensemble founded in 1967 by the maestro Abd al-Halim Nuera and the musician Ahmed Shafiq Abu Auf, an establishment under the name the Arabic Music Ensemble to provide authentic musical heritage, various musical and lyrical templates for Arab music, audience and concierge, as well as an opportunity for contemporary composers to present their good productions of traditional music genres. The ensemble was from its start led by Abd al-Halim Nuera until his death in 1985. Thereafter, the ensemble was renamed Abd al-Halim Nuera Ensemble for Arab Music. The performance of the National Band for Arab Music began to glow as it was betting on collecting musical and lyrical heritage and reintroducing it in an advanced academic and scientific style. and that was a major factor in the brilliance of the band since the first day of its establishment. The National Cultural Center, the Egyptian Opera House, guaranteed the establishment of the band and its sponsorship under the supervision of two flags of Arab music, Dr. Ratiba Al-Hifni and Maestro Salim Sahar. Soon, the star of the band rose up after presenting its first show as it quickly began to win prizes, the first of which was the Babylon Music Festival in 1989, 40 days after the band was founded. It won a silver medal among the 45 countries that participated in the festival. The band currently has more than 100 members, including musicians, singers, technicians, and administrators. The band often invites top Arab singers to perform solo in celebrations. The band participated in dozens of international foreign festivals, such as the Carthage Festival in Tunis in 1919. The Hariri Road Festival in Japan 1991, the Glowing Festival in France in 94, the Tyre Festival in Lebanon 97, the Qurain Festival in Kuwait in 98, the Independence Celebration of Abu Dhabi in 99, the centenary of Kulthum in the Arab World Institute in Paris of 2001, and the Rabat Festival in Morocco also in 2001. And the band also presented its art shows in the Royal Hall in Britain in 1997. Although the National Band for Arab Music is distinguished and very famous, it is not the first Egyptian band that belongs to the Egyptian cultural establishment. A group was established before it was founded by the musician Abdel Halim Nouaira in 1967 and led it until his death in 1985. Then the band was named after him after his departure in his honor. It includes about 50 male and female singers with distinguished voices and includes 40 musicians. They have traveled to many countries and participated in many festivals. They are also known for providing poems, roles, beats, and theatrical tunes. Abdel Halim Nouaira had also founded the Religious Counseling Ensemble in 1972, and at the time, Sheikh Mohammed Fayyoumi and Abdel Sami' Bayoumi were tasked with memorizing the members of the band with the works of the songs of the Imam of old ministerials such as Sheikh Ali Mahmoud, Sheikh Ismail Sukkar, Sheikh Sayyid Musa, Sheikh Darwish Al-Hariri, and others. Then he commissioned musician Abdel Halim Hariri to present it in a modern way. There are now about 30 singers and 40 musicians in the religious ensemble. In 2004, another specialized group, the Arab Music Band for Heritage, was established. All of these groups perform regularly on the Egyptian stage.
This brings us to the end of this episode of Cultural Magazine. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more on Nile TV.